Alright guys, so this is what I'm about to do. About to take all that and put that in all these balls. There. That's my dinner. Yeah, my dinner's over here. Right there. Alright. Alright guys. So, what I wanted to talk about is I guess my first experience of death. You see, I've always believed that I was gonna die in a plane crash. Always believed that. So I haven't flown in a plane since 2006. And when I say always, I mean like even way before that. One is this dream I keep having. Same dream. I'm in the plane. Get on the plane. It's a wide body. I'm sitting in the center seat, center section, but I'm sitting like on the aisle, in the mid, like coach or something like that, in the back, in the middle of the plane somewhere, probably over the wing. I think over the wing, just over the wing. I think. Chester. It's the same day. The plane, it's daytime. The plane is going down the runway. And it takes off. And it starts to leave. It goes zoom. And just as it gets just like this, it just starts and we're in the plane, so we're looking up straight ahead. And you can just see the plane is tilting way too much. And you can hear everybody start to scream, everybody's screaming. And then I wake up. But you can tell that the plane is going, it's like, it's done. It's over. And we don't get more than maybe 50 feet off the ground, maybe 100 feet off the ground, maybe. So, I always hated takeoffs. I think that dream, a lot of it had to do with the Chicago O'Hare crash. Supposedly there was a bolt that was missing off of the engine, and this little bolt they found out. And the engine fell off during takeoff, and the plane was lopsided. Kind of just, everything was, caught everything off guard. And the planes back then, I guess, now they can they can take off with one engine. So, anyway, so that's the dream that I have. I had that dream probably since I was very young, like maybe, I can't even tell you how young, very young. To now, I probably had that dream maybe twice a year at the least. And I don't fly. And it's real. It's a real dream. So, I've always felt like I'm going to die in a plane crash. So, when I got this house, the day I moved in, October 1st, there was it was a Saturday, there was a air show in the valley I live in, airplane show of old antique planes and you know, fighter planes, you know, small airport. It was at the Cottonwood Airport. And so as I was unloading the U-Haul truck, the planes were coming over my house. And it's interesting, my house is literally right over the flight path. They Cottonwood, boom, and my house is like an L, this way and this way. And literally, I think they shoot for the center of that L right there to land in that airport. It's funny. So when I got the house was a gift. It was given to me. I didn't choose it or anything. It just was given to me. And so I looked up, and as soon as I saw these planes, you know, really nice planes flying. Wow, look at that plane! Look at that plane! I laughed because I'm still going to die in a plane crash, even if I don't fly. You know, God's not going to mess around. You know, I'm just going to be the guy on the ground. You know, you always hear about that, plane crashes, and then there was a guy on the ground. He dies. That's me. I figured that's me. I'm going to be that guy on the ground because I'm right over this flight path. So one thing I realized, that you can run from God, but you can't hide. Like when you're going to die, you're going to die. There's nothing you can do about it. When God wants to take you, you're done. Now, there are things you can do that will quicken your demise, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about, you think you're funny, Isay, and you're not going to fly on a plane for over 13 years. Well, I'm going to give you a house right over a flight path. That's what we're going to do, Isay. Ha ha. So, sweet dreams. Well, not more than probably 6 months ago, a plane crashed into a house and killed the guy in the plane. Everybody in the house was okay. Right over here, right down the street. Maybe I walk my dogs sometimes over there on Sundays. And the interesting thing about this particular house over there is they had just finished building a second story on the garage. It was a new house. It was a brand new house. Second story on the garage. Only house in Cottonwood that has a two-story garage, I think. And they just finished it. They literally just finished that two-story garage, and that's what the plane hit. Took that out. And you figure that if he had cleared that, he's pretty much home free in terms of open area where he could have landed or tried to successfully land, but that he clipped that two-story garage. So talk about fate. I mean, literally, talk about fate here. But one thing I realized too that really was good, not good, but you know, I'm on the flight path, and you figure if I'm on the flight path, a plane that's going down is not going to be on the flight path. It's like they're going to be having problems or whatever. They're going to be off the flight path, just over here a little bit, over there, just like this guy, just over there a little bit off the flight path. So I was feeling good for maybe, well, since about 4 days ago, I was feeling good. Because I found out from my neighbor, you know, it's so great. Betty, if you need to know anything, Betty knows it. She is up to date on everything. So Betty, I was over there taking care of her you know, I help her, she helps me. We, you know, and at this particular, I don't remember what it was. I mean, we've been doing a lot of stuff, but regardless, she was telling me, "Have you noticed planes going the other direction?" And I said, "No, I hadn't noticed. No. You know, actually, I did notice, but I wasn't really noticing." And I figured what they had done, and everybody had figured what they had done, what most smart people would figure people do, is that they just switched the landing and the takeoff from the airport. They're now taking off from this area, and that's what they're doing. And the reason they're doing that now is because there's a new development on the other side of the airport that when they take off, they've been complaining about the planes taking off. It's a brand new development. You knew that when you bought that place, that's where the airport was. So I don't know, I missed this whole thing, I guess. So the airport has agreed to now have planes take off from north to south. The problem with that is they did not tell the other planes to land north to south. They continue to tell the planes to land south to north. Yes. So you have planes that are landing and taking off in the same flight pattern over my house. That makes absolutely no sense, except that God said, you can run, but you can't hide. It makes perfect sense to me, because now that just increases the odds of a plane landing and a plane taking off and crashing right over my house and onto me, and that's the end of Isay Pop. So, anyway, you look at all of that and you realize that there's just certain things you can control and certain things you can't control. And every day is a blessing. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a blessing. Nothing is guaranteed. If you wake up in the morning, God bless. If you don't wake up in the morning, could be a plane fell on your house. It's very important when you go to bed to repent at nighttime before you go to sleep, if at anything, because you don't know what's going to happen when you go to bed. And you say, oh, so nice, he fell asleep. He went to bed and asleep. And I don't have a feeling, I think it's just the opposite. I think you go to bed in your sleep, and that's, if there's something you forgot to say to somebody or something, and that's why it's really important. If you can't forgive right now, you're so angry, because I know that, boy. I know about being angry. You're so angry, you can't forgive. Well, alright, so that's pretty much that. So, you know, this all, you know, the whole plane thing, you know, dying, plane hitting the house or something like that, thinking about that, is a perfect way, because when I was a kid, you know, just before my bar mitzvah, just before I became a man, I was in that plane incident, flying from LA to New York by myself. My parents divorced, so I got to spend time with my mother during the holidays. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Out, please. Out. 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 The only flight that I took, you know, flying alone, that was not a wide body. It was a single body. And one day I'm gonna have to. I'm sure I could find out this flight, because I'm sure they had to. The FAA. I mean, I'm sure something had to get reported about this flight. So 12, 77, 78. Flying from New York to LaGuardia or Kennedy, and it was the evening flight, because I remember it was nighttime, but it was dark outside, so we might have left maybe 1 or 2 in LA, or maybe 3 or LA, 1, 2, but it was getting darker as we flew. And the pilot had told everybody that we can go through a thunderstorm, we should put on our seatbelts. Now, I was sitting next to 2 other people flying alone. A young girl, she's about 10, I was 12, and there was another girl on the other side of me, 14, on the aisle. And so the window over here, we were on this side of the plane. And all the food, the trays were still out. We had just kind of been finished, but everybody's kind of been finished, but they were just not really finished. The trays hadn't been picked up yet. And so we hit some turbulence, like, you know, I thought that was, even at 12, because I've flown a lot as a young kid, and from that time now to 12 all the way to now, I thought it was still interesting that the pilot asked us to put on our seatbelt first. Back then, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't really something. It's different. Back in the 70s, flying was different than now. So, all I remember, not all I remember everything like it was yesterday. Not all I remember everything. So, the plane is dark outside, and the plane started hitting the turbulence. And I started bouncing, you know, just doom, doom. And then it was like 2 or 3 that was like, whoa, and boom, whoa, boom, and they were just big. They were just like really like your stomach, like whoa, and then all of a sudden, like after like. I mean, I was already a little nervous. It was like a little too scary, and people like, you know, it was like, bam! It's like it was like thunder, it was like, because you have to understand, it was, when the plane moves, I go, whoa, but when the plane moves like that, it's really loud, you know, so boom, you know, it's raining outside. So, it was a bam! And when it went bam, it's like the plane just went. It was like whoa, and we never ever, like, you're supposed to catch yourself. We never caught it. It's like the plane never caught itself, and you're waiting for yourself to be caught, and it's not. You're just going faster and faster and faster down, and so. It's like I'm grab onto these people, these girl, and my eyes are closed so tight, and you can hear people screaming at the top, like yelling and screaming, and I'm like going, oh shit, oh fuck, oh Jesus, oh shit, oh fuck, oh Jesus, oh shit. That's all I'm doing, and I'm like literally holding on like that. And my eyes are so closed, and I'm just waiting for the plane to hit. Like, I'm like thinking about what it's gonna feel like when this plane hits. Like, we're just picking, it's like, I'm just waiting. And all I think about, because I'm only 12, is like all the homework I had ever done in my entire life was for nothing. I mean, that was my spiritual, like, that was it. It was like for nothing. And then it's oh shit, oh fuck, oh Jesus, oh shit, oh fuck, oh Jesus. Now, you have to understand something. At this point in my life, there is no Jesus anywhere. Parents, there's no reason I should be calling out his name. But I called out his name. No reason I should be saying fuck either. You know, for 12 years old. But I'm saying that too. And I'm probably no, I'm not pooping my pants, but I'm saying that too. So, you know, it's all 3 things, you know, pooping, fucking, and Jesus. And it's like, I don't know why I was saying his name. Like, I do now. Because we're going down and bam! It's like the plane hits something like skid, I don't know, but we go up and then we finally hit our down. We finally get our down. Oh man, we got our down. And down. It's like you're bouncing on air on that plane, and then it's finally, oh my God, that's so great. Like, we look around, everybody looks around, and the trays that were up, they're all in the back of the plane, really. Everybody's covered with food. It's like awful. You know, it's awful. But pilot gets on the plane, you know, pilots, I don't care, like, they probably still sound the same now, but it's like, oh, Captain, oh, this is your captain speaking. I don't care what, it could be, but I don't even know if it's, hello, this is your captain speaking. They always sound the same. I don't care what plane you're on. This captain didn't sound like that anymore. He was like, I don't know who we have to thank, but we all need to thank somebody. And we're just like, everybody in the back is friends. We're all getting up, and everybody's talking to everybody. Everybody's talking to everybody. Everybody's talking to everybody. For the rest of that flight, because it was a long flight afterwards, we were all happy. It was like happy. Like to be alive. We were all friends. We'd all seen death. And when we got off the plane, the only other thing I can really recall from that is that my mother was the one who picked me up. When she picked me up, we had to wait for a stewardess to take us to for my mom, and so my mother got to hear everybody else getting off the plane and everything like that. So by the time I got there, my mother goes, "Oh, what happened? I heard something really, really awful happen." Oh. So that's the only other piece of that. There were other people on that plane that went through what I went through, and so it was like when you're going down like this, waiting for yourself to crash. It's like you're just waiting. What's it gonna feel like? Are you gonna go in a million pieces? I can go back to that moment anytime I need to. To understand that 1 second you think you have your whole life to live, and next second you think you're about to die. And that's the thing about planes. It's like, you got some time to think about this stuff. Not as much as a cancer patient, but you got some time before you hit down there. And I think that, I was just about to do my bar mitzvah, so it was at Christmas time. It was around Christmas. I think that, like the way that works, you gotta just take everybody out real quick before the souls leave before you hit. It's not like, oh, by the way, what we gotta wait for. But everybody gotta get judged. My dad said that, because I was scared of flying, at a certain, you can see why now. But just like, just if you see everybody on the plane, they all look the same, just get off. Yeah, right. You like, oh, by the way. No. Now because I have Jesus. If I have to fly. If that's what the case is, it's in His hands. It's all up to Him. It's all up to Him. I have no say anymore about when if He wants me to go now, He wants me to go now, then fine. If I have to give my life for somebody, fine. Because, flying on a plane is not going to be anything compared to what the fear we're going to have to go through in tribulation. And with that, I'm going to go. Adios, bye.